Welcome back to Hawk Talk. We're here now with Coach Stanton. Coach, 2 big wins since we last heard from you. Want to briefly describe Jamestown and then into presentation?
Well, at Jamestown, we played really well. We got up to a good start defensively. They didn't get many yards in the first half, and we just had a few early turnovers that really kind of kept us from getting out in that first half, and it was a little closer than we'd like it to been. They had negative yards at the time, and but I think we did a good job of rebounding after having a couple turnovers. In the second half, our offense really played well. And then the presentation game, once again, it didn't get off to start. They run a halfback pass and score on the first series. But I thought after that we settled down pretty well. And once we got going, I think both sides of the ball, and the offensive and defensive line, did an outstanding job. Obviously, Trey Boone had a big game, and given a lot of credit, rightfully so, for setting a school record. But I think our offensive line was outstanding in that effort.
Lane back on the offensive line, so kind of everyone's starting to gel a little bit better there, getting everyone healthy for the most part.
Yeah, it just really helps us with our depth to have Lane back, and then Stephen Granillo didn't play the week before, and now he's back too. So now we've got 7 guys that we can rotate in there comfortably in the offensive line, and that sure makes a difference when you get to the third and the fourth quarter as far as effort and as far as being able to get after some people on the other side of the ball.
Big weekend ahead, obviously. Valley kind of bit us in the butt twice last year, and the pride of the North Star so far since the North Stars come together again. So, what are your thoughts heading into that?
Oh, Valley City's got a very good team. We had, like you said, we had 2 close games with them last year, and they found a way in both of those games. And I think with them, they've on both sides of the ball. If you look at them offensively, they had a very solid offensive line. Probably the best core of receivers we've seen all year long. They just don't have that one guy. They've got 3 or 4 good receivers, and then of course their quarterback is outstanding. He does a great job of delivering the ball and getting rid of the ball. And then they've got the two good running backs that they use that are different styles, but very very effective, both of them. And then defensively, they just play hard and like they always do, and they do a pretty good job of not giving you big plays, and they're just a solid group, and we're just looking forward to playing them here at home, and we think we're doing some pretty good things as well, and we hopefully can have a good atmosphere here on Saturday playing Valley City.
Absolutely. I know they had the National Special Teams Player of the Week, so kind of two National Players of the Week, and even Tommy was an honorable mention for National. Talk about him and how we're going to try to prevent him from having an impact.
Yeah, Ferris is a big, outstanding player. They put him at running back as well, and obviously he's a threat on the special teams, and we have to know where he's at. But like I said before, the thing with them is they have the Lund kid and several guys that are explosive on offense that we have to be aware of, plus a quarterback that delivers the ball well and a solid offensive line. So we're going to have to play well, and on the other side of the ball as well, like you said, we have to continue that consistency. I think it's going to come down to, like it does always in a big game, is taking care of the football and being able to finish some drives. We've had we've been moving the ball pretty well, and there's just a few instances now where we just need to finish like we did last week and finish off those drives and keep that momentum going that we had offensively.
Obviously, Kaler's still kind of getting to where he wants to be health-wise. Other than that, you want to touch on the health of the team overall?
Yeah, for the most part, then we're in pretty good shape. Like I said, Stephen is back in the offensive line, and Lane is back in the offensive line. So we have all 7 of those guys there. We're real healthy on the defensive line. There's a few typical bumps and bruises and early week things right now. With like there is every week, but other than with the exception of Kaler, I think we're definitely ready to go.
All right. Well, we got volleyball kicking it off this weekend, Friday at home. Yourself on the 2:00 start, I believe, right? Hour
yes.
Later than the typical 1:00. So make sure you adjust to that. But go ahead, show up at 1 anyways. And then we got another volleyball and 2 baseball games. So plenty of action, but we'll take care of business against Valley. Thank you. All right, folks, welcome back to Hawk Talk. Appropriately, we're in the weight room because we're with another one of our hogs. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, how you doing? I'm Jacob Elmore, left tackle for the offensive line from Louisville, Kentucky, senior.
Louisville, Kentucky. Take us through how you kind of ended up here in not Louisville, Kentucky.
Man, it's a blessing. Intentionally received my scholarship to a Division II school in Georgia, and one of the coaches here reached out to me and things like that, asking for a scholarship for ball. And back home, when we hear ball, thinking about basketball, because I also played basketball in my JUCO. But he said, no, this is for football, and then I told him I signed to a D2, but he told me if anything changes, and things changed down there. It wasn't how I thought it was going to be, and I got into a great situation and proud to be a Blue Hawk.
Awesome. Off to a pretty good start so
yeah.
far to the year.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like starting so early, August 22nd?
It was an adjustment, but with the guys that we have and the leadership and with the great coaching staff that we have, we was able to adapt, moving very fast. Practice was very fast. Had to go through a lot of things, but it was a challenge. But I mean that's anything in life.
After that bye week, after the Rocky game, it seems like things are definitely clicking on the offensive side of the ball. Really starting to open things up, running game, passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about last week's explosion.
Oh man, it was great. We had one of our guards come back. It was a senior, Lane Malay. He came back, and now everybody's back in a couple of positions. So now we have our whole starting five that we have now. The chemistry's great, still building and still gelling. It's one in the trenches up front. But, we like I said, 3 of our team captains is offensive linemen. So, we've been doing a great job of just adjusting, trying to lead guys. And, it took some time. We lost our starting quarterback for the time being right now. But, Rob and Seth is doing a great job. And, it's just, just working together,
Sure.
through the hard times.
Sure. We had Meyer in here last week. Meyer's a slightly different style leader on the offensive line. From the fans, anyone can probably know who's been to a game. You're more of the vocal leader. So kind of explain your leadership style and how that works with the team.
That's just all about my South roots, just how it is back at home, more rah-rah. We talk a lot, things like that. Just Mr. Enthusiasm is what my coaches used to call me in high school. I just love the game, just very passionate. I just very understand it, we do a lot of things that everybody don't want to do, 6 a.m. lifting, meetings and things like that, but, we all blessed to be in a situation and be able to take advantage of it. We got to come in there with some type of attitude.
Sure.
It's all about how you approach things. So
Gets me excited. I'm sure gets everyone else excited.
Yeah, most definitely.
Big game this week.
Mm-hmm.
Be remiss not to talk about that. So what do you got coming for the Vikings?
Just our approach to every week. We're going to go one day at a time. Focus on what we can do at practice so that we can come out and have hopefully, of course, we would like another explosion, every game, but it's not like that every game, fortunately. But as long as we come out working hard and the coaches is putting together another great game plan for us. So just keep working hard and just take it one day at a time and, work on the things that we can work on that day and then, make the adjustments and, the next day just keep working. That's all you can do. Just got to keep working.
Sure. I unfortunately was in class for most of the game, but I heard you were the very vocal leader at the volleyball game last week. We got 2 volleyball games this week as well, in all-encompassing weekend baseball at home too. So, gonna be there.
Most definitely.
Right.
That's one thing that's good about being a Blue Hawk is the foundation and the student body. It's getting better. Just trying to support everybody, no matter win, lose, or draw. We all Blue Hawks. We go to the same classes, have eat lunch together and things like that. So might as well support people because they be at our game supporting and cheering very loud. So why can't we do the same?
All righty. Well, we'll see you in the stands.
Most
We'll
definitely.
see you on the field. Let's get one. Thank you. Welcome back to Hawk Talk. We're back with Coach Hartman. Coach, how are you doing today?
Good, really good.
All right, couple trips since we've last talked to you. Went all the way down to the East Coast tip of Florida. Want to get into that trip a little bit?
Yeah, we went down, we played some really tough teams, and we came out with our first win against Florida National, so that was really exciting. Then on Sunday we had a day off, so we ended up going over to Disney World, which was a pretty good experience for the girls.
It's a good way to make everyone else jealous, so
Yes.
we appreciate that. Haven't been there as a golfer yet, but we'll talk to Coach O'Donnell about that. Then headed over to Valley, and competed with a couple teams there.
Yeah, we went over, played D2 Bemidji State. We played Great Falls again, and then we went 5 sets with Mount Marty and Waldorf. And so those were really good games. Tough competition, good experience for this young team.
Then finally we had our first home match.
Yes, against the University of Jamestown. Jamestown was a really good team, obviously. They're second in our conference right now. We came out, we competed hard with them, but honestly our fans and the support for that game was unbelievable, and we can't thank them enough for coming out and supporting us like that for a higher cause, to kind of in memory of Coach Stanton and stuff. So it was great.
Then 10 days off or so in between action. Talk about what you did with that kind of bye week, so to speak.
You know, we actually gave them the weekend off, the chance to kind of go home and see their families again and everything, but then we came back hard on Monday, and we've been working hard all week to prepare for our 2 home games this Friday, Saturday.
Want to get into those matchups a little bit for us?
Yeah, on Friday we play Valley City, and that's our whiteout night, so make sure you wear white. And then on Saturday we play Mayville State, and so 2 really tough teams again, and we'll just have to come out hard and hopefully just get better with every set.
Alrighty, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Nate.